Here, Ted. We aren't quite in the second part of the banana zone yet. We just got the banana again. That's right. It will happen when Bitcoin hits a new high, which should happen next week. Prices tend to stay high for a while before going back down. Assuming that Solana hits an all-time high, people believe that the banana zone will soon begin, where everyone gets ridiculously rich. However, this probably won't happen until Solana hits an all-time high. Once that happens, risk is spread out over the curve because it's easy to do and everyone will do it. People start to say things like, okay, let's say Bitcoin goes to $300,000, 0 cents this cycle. In that case, it has 3x from here. They say, oh, but Su could do a 10x from here and Solana could do a 5x from here. As time goes on, more and more people want to make as much money as possible, so the risk curve soon runs out. Ralph Paul was right when he said that Bitcoin would reach a new high this week. That's exactly what happened. These lines are moving up now that we can see them. It will be easy for the rest of the crypto market to go above $110,000, 0 cents, with Bitcoin at $0, 0 cents, XRP at $3, 0 cents, and so on. Altcoins haven't run as much as we'd like them to. This should be a very exciting time. Bitcoin has a lot of cash because it is the most well-known cryptocurrency, going to be taken and spread out among the other coins. This means the price of XRPC hasn't gone up as much as we'd like it to. Yes, the second part of the banana zone has not started yet. No doubt about it. I think prices will go up a lot soon. It's the whole point of this movie. Click like. I find that funny because we've shown that supply affects 90% of crypto prices and 97% of NASDAQ prices. It's the most important big problem, but people don't want to believe it. And because global M2 is 3 months ahead, in Q4, there was a loss of world liquidity as the dollar rose, interest rates went up, and other things. This is what we saw in Q1. After that, everyone uses a story in Q1, the world is going into a slump because of the taxes. It was kind of just a money flow. It was that simple. It will now split up at some point. It often breaks apart during the bull phase of the cycle. Fear, greed, and the fear of missing out take over during the full bear phase when network usage goes through the roof and starts to stray from M2. This is called FOMO. If that's why the connection is only 90%, not 100%, I think we'll now see that. Right now, it just says that until July, if this keeps up, it will be a banana zone. After that, we need to plan 3 months ahead of time. Dollar rates have been going up and down for a few weeks now. The market should get back on track in August. That could be it. Also, it will be a lot like the games that have come before. There are a lot of people who don't understand why gold has been doing so well in crypto. I knew there would be an easy answer, and I learned in the last GMI that gold really only moves with the market right now. It's kind of real time, but crypto won't come for 3 months. It's like, oh, I see. The price of gold is just a sign that money matters. Dollar rates and oil prices are what define money matters. Gold moves when things do. Since the corrections began, gold has been going up, which means gold is ahead. It's because it shows how the economy is right now, while Bitcoin and the NASDAQ are 3 months behind. It's really that simple. I think it's crazy. When Bitcoin was at its most famous, I sent out a tweet that said, think popularity has peaked. I believe it has. The circle was in the right place. It happens here in the banana zone. This is what usually happens after the first fix. To help you understand, let's say Bitcoin goes from 100,000 to 150,000. We can guess that Sweet does at least 3 times that much based on how the other tokens have done, being at the top of the Bitcoin market. When it falls, it's usually the start of the silly season. This means that other tokens are doing better. We should see that if Bitcoin is going up, which it is. Just so you know, I think Bitcoin's power has gone down a bit and it went from 62 to 63. It will go back up to the top and then down, and people will start to see that next move. Also, I believe that's what people do when Bitcoin reaches a new high point and everything goes crazy. It's the same in 2021. It took place in January of that year. Yes. How did that drop happen? In just a few months, it went from 70% to 38%. That's not the same season we saw here in 2017. I think it's the same one. It started around February 17th. That is, it went from 95 to 35. Yes. The fact that Bitcoin's power is going down over time is interesting. In other words, there are never more peaks than low highs, even though the lows look about the same. Yes, it looks like we should go back down. It does this fast. It takes 3 to 4 months. You already know my bet was better because it did better than anything else. It keeps going up, looking, and then looking again. It always gets things right. It does better. That shouldn't stop, in my opinion. I see a lot of people argue about how low the free float is for VC coins. In a rising market, a low free float goes up more. Most people don't understand this. Traders who have ever done business in a growing market know this. That's what happens. When the market is down, they lose more. Down. Yes, it's that simple. Because of Sue and other things like her, there is less supply and more demand. This makes it work really well. This is Solana's Sue chart. I'll look at it once a week. It broke out of this pattern of bases. I think the next move will get through all of this. That means Sue is still the fastest horse in the race, right? That's a different question because I think I can catch up. Oh, but it looks like it's flagging here again. That's it for now. The next move is another one where Sue beats Sol badly. To help you understand, I'll use liquidity as an example of the main fact. Everything is related because liquidity is the most important thing. Just look at the two charts side by side. Choose a safer asset without going too far along the risk curve. But in the end, this is a flag design. ETH can make its next move up anywhere after this is over. If what the picture says is true, it will shock everyone and change what they think about ETH. I still think that ETH could do better than Solana from now on. It's possible. It's possible. You won't get fired for basing your work on what I think will happen with bank. I think Microsoft is a good idea. I've never seen Apple Max in a bank, insurance company, or other large business. It's all on Microsoft since it's a platform that everyone can use. No one has to learn anything new when they get a new job, get fired, or move on. Changed, but everyone needs to learn a move if you want the business to be based on SUI. There aren't as many language developers as there used to be. It hasn't had the same Lindy effects as ET. Banks like Layer 2 because it makes them feel like they have some control over things. Layer 2 still has to settle with Layer 1 for good, though. I think he will surprise a lot of people in the future, but XRP is also likely to do the same. Doge agrees with them. It seems like everything is linked. We can go higher than that, though. Let's say 4,300. It's going to go off big time. I think there is an NFT season. It's a little different from the last one, but I think we are seeing a split right now. One is services that help people make their own names also will